Hello there, welcome to the final week of June when we talk about various forms of contraceptions. And today we're going to talk about something a little bit unusual called IUCD or the coils. Exactly what is IUCD? It stands for intrauterine device or intrauterine contraceptive device. In short, most people call it the coil. Actually, the concept of this dated back thousands of years ago when the traders from Arabic nomads actually realized that by putting some stones or actually some foreign materials into the uterus, then the chances of pregnancy is reduced quite significantly. It's because it disrupts the whole menses. So with that concept, it has initially used in animals such as camels, and only in 1920s in Germany the whole idea emerged when initially some metal is put into the uterus and later on plastics, and only towards the 60s during the sexual revolution copper coil is being used. In the modern day, the actual use of coils actually constitute about 18 to 19% of the vast majority of people who use it for contraception. Interestingly, in our part of the world, like Vietnam, China, Malaysia, and Southeast Asia, it is a lot more common in the Western world. But with the awareness comes up, it becomes a lot more popular. In fact, there are two types. It's either the copper coils that actually constitute hormones and the copper coils that constitute no hormones. And it's inserted into the uterus, and that itself, the copper itself, is quite toxic to the sperms and will prohibit the actual formations of fertilizations or the progressions of the embryo. So obviously that begs the question, is it safe? Let's talk about short-term complication. That constitute infection. If a woman has got sexually transmitted infections such as chlamydia or gonorrhea, that might provoke some sort of sepsis infection. So therefore, it's always good to check the absence of such infections. Sometimes insertion itself can cause cramps or irregular bleeding, and all these are quite minor. In a more long-term impact, sometimes the actual coil itself might migrate, or it might get broken when it's removed and cause retained foreign bodies inside the uterus. And also sometimes itself might cause perforations of the uterus. Of course, all these are quite rare because it is such a common form of contraception being used. One question everyone always asks is that after the removal of the actual coil, will it be still reversible? The answer is yes, because the efficacy is as good as sterilization, which is 99%, but the reversibility is good. Sometimes people worried about after the removal of the coil itself, it might even induce irregular or delayed menses. Of course that can happen, and that itself might even cause problems with delayed pregnancy. For the following week, we will venture into the new part of the second part of 2025. We'll be talking about something completely reversal of contraception, which is how to enhance the conception and how to enhance pregnancy. So stay tuned for next week's Putting Dr. G on the Spot.